My legs are dancing right now. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's happening down here. Do, Cassidy Quinn. Hello subscriber, it's me, Cassidy Quinn, and welcome to the first ever episode of CQ&A with CQB, where I Q your A's. I mean, A your Q's. I just got that all wrong. I'm gonna answer your questions. So for the past week I've been tweeting and Facebooking and vlogging on my second channel asking you guys what you want to ask me. So I guess let's get right into it. CPT Crip, I hope you are not in the crypt and are gonna come attack me, asked, why do you have a $5 bill in a frame? Now if you haven't been looking close enough at my videos, you might not have noticed. There really is a $5 bill in the frame. It's always in the background. I keep it in my room as a reminder that not everyone likes to listen to me talk. And then you found $5? A couple of you guys asked what camera and editing software I use. So the camera that I'm using right now is a Canon T4i. It is an awesome camera. My favorite part about it is that it has a flip out screen. So for vlogging, it is like the best thing ever because you can film yourself. Then for editing software, I've switched over the years. When I first started vlogging, which I would recommend to anyone who's just first starting out making videos, if you have a Mac, just start out using iMovie. After I used that for a couple years, I started using Final Cut Express. And then this past fall, my old computer and the Final Cut Express software was just dying because it was so old. And so I got a new computer and switched to Adobe Premiere Pro, which I have been absolutely loving. Charles Howitt, or Chowit 101, do you chow it down? Asked, what is your favorite spring hobby? This is a tough one because there are a lot of fun things to do in the spring, which is probably why you asked. But I think I would have to say riding my bike to work, which I think I'm actually going to do today if I can manage to get all my stuff into a small enough backpack. JC Rocker 12 says, what is one thing you can't live without? I would think there's a lot of things I can't live without, like my cell phone or my computer or just the internet, but really I could live without those. If someone told me, Cassidy, I'm sorry, you have to give us your cell phone and your computer and give her to the internet, I don't know what I would do for a living, but I would probably be less crazy in the brain here. Back to the basics of life, what I couldn't live without, honestly, is my family. They give me that kick in the butt that I need sometimes. Oh my geez, 05 asked, what is your favorite movie and why? Actually, I think it's more like, what is your favorite movie? Why? My favorite movie of all time is Grease. And the first time my parents told me I was gonna watch it, they were like, oh, we got you this movie to watch, it's called Grease. And I was probably like 8 years old, and I thought in my mind that it was about to be some documentary about Grease, the place, and I was not excited to watch it. But then I was a good child and sat down on my butt and started watching it, and it was amazing. People are dancing and singing and laughing around and falling in love. It makes me happy anytime I watch it because I can stand up and start dancing and singing along with those guys. YouTuber 1989, which, how did you know the year I was born in? Says, tell us more about your eyebrows. Well, I've kind of been hiding under my bangs recently. One day, when I was pretty young, I discovered that I can raise one eyebrow at a time. And I can also make it do like a roller coaster kind of thing. Also, this is how I pick up guys because it's really attractive. Okay, I'm gonna stop that now. Severus Snap, did you mean to spell Snape? 4 says, hey Cassidy, would you ever consider making a shoutouts video? Well, I guess this is my version of that, so shout out to you. Greg Putnam says, we all know your idol is iJustine, but my question is why her? So I started vlogging in 2010 when I was about to go to the Vancouver 2010 Winter Olympics because I was reporting there and also getting school credit because I had to take the whole semester off from school. So as part of my school credit, I had to start a blog and post on it a couple times a week while I was at the Olympics. And I decided, well, I like making videos more. And so I started looking for people who were actually doing this whole video blogging thing that I had never really heard about. And the minute I saw her channel, I was like, oh my god, that is what I want to do. That is so cool. And I started looking up articles about her on the internet, which makes me sound like a stalker, but I was just really curious about this whole vlogging thing and found out that she makes her living from YouTube. And then since then, iJustine has taken her career on YouTube and expanded it into the rest of the world of online video and actual TV video. She's basically been able to take the audience and network that she's built here on YouTube and use it to accomplish so many other things. And that just really inspires me. So thank you, iJustine. You're wonderful and beautiful. Jordan DAmico says, will you be my best friend? This is kind of awkward, Jordan, because I thought we were already best friends. So now I'm just confused. Anthony Myatt PT says, what has been the one most amazing experience of your life? So I don't know if this is my number one thing, but one of the things that comes to mind first is when I got to go to the Super Bowl in 2012 and interview so many athletes and so many celebrities, and it was just one of the best weeks of my life. It was amazing. Peaches1518 says, if you were stuck wearing one color for the rest of your life, what would that be? Pink! This is my bathing suit that I just found on the floor. Kevin Verdeska asked, do you like chairs? Well, yes I do. How did you know? Matthew Santoro says, you live in Boston? Where's your accent? And do you ever say wicked pissa? That's a Boston term, right? Let me clear something up. I do live in Boston, but I am originally from Seattle, which is pretty much an accentless part of the country. So I don't really have an accent. I do not have a Boston accent, and do not ever tell me I have a Boston accent because I don't want one. Stephen De Piero says, will you ever eat cheese again? Or are you rid of it forever? Hashtag I did it. Well, Steven, I'm impressed because I cannot stop eating cheese. If you guys have been following me on Twitter for the month of April, at the beginning of the month, decided that I was not going to eat cheese. So I stopped eating cheese for 2.5 days. And at the end of that 3rd day, I had macaroni and cheese for dinner. AR Mr. Nate T says, what is the worst nightmare you've had? Recently, I had a nightmare that really scared the crap out of me. So I have this big bag that I carry my computer and my camera in, and in this nightmare I was walking down the sidewalk to a meeting or something with my boss, and all of a sudden there was someone above us up in a tree that somehow managed to cut the strap on my bag and then pull my bag up into the tree. And this guy that just stole all my shit is just sitting there up in the tree like, ah, and I'm like, real funny dude. Then he jumps out of the tree and he has some girl with him who's like his evil partner in crime, and they just start running away with my stuff, and I look at my boss like, what are you gonna do about this? And for some reason I didn't think that I could do anything about this because this is nightmare land where you aren't really yourself. So my boss runs after this guy to try to get my bag back, and this guy pulls out a knife and he's like, I'm gonna stab you, meaning my boss, if you try to take this from me. So all of a sudden they're like in a knife fight. Like this one guy has this knife and he starts like trying to stab my boss. My boss gets stabbed in the hand and the guy gets stabbed, and oh my god, it's just not good. And I'm just standing there because again, for some reason in this nightmare I cannot do anything. I am a helpless damsel in distress. And then at one point my boss actually gets the bag back, and then the guy looks at both of us in the eye and then looks at the knife and like gives us this look like, I'm gonna kill you if you keep that bag. And then all of a sudden I woke up. So I have no idea what happened. I don't think anybody died, but I don't know if I got my stuff back. So that is the end of the questions portion of this video, because I am emotionally drained from that telling of that nightmare story. But wait, I have a question for you guys. Bet you didn't see that coming, huh? Right now I'm in the process of designing some merch, and I wanted to show you guys what I've been working on with my guys over at the Smash Network to see if you like them and if any of you would actually buy them. First up, we've got a shirt inspired by this guy back here, the green screen wall. On the front it says CQB, very simple. And then on the back it says, this is my green screen shirt. And if you wear this shirt, you can literally just be like a walking green screen. Would you want it? Then next up we've got the subscriber shirt. So this I know looks like a girl's tank top, so there will be a girl's and a guy's version, don't you worry. But it just says subscribe. And I think it's pretty fun. Would you want it? Then last but definitely not least, we have the sloth shirt. Literally just says, say yes to sloths, because that is something we should all do. So please, please, please let me know in the comments below if you would want to buy any of these shirts if I actually sold them. And if you have any changes you want to make, or there's something you don't see here that you want to see, let me know that too, because this is the first time I'm doing anything like this, so I don't really know what I'm doing. So let me know. Would you want them? I don't know.